Stephanie White of the Indiana Fever goes on the Good Follow podcast and talks about Caitlin Clark's development, her text for next season, at least like what she wants them to be, and a lot more of the Indiana Fever.
While some players seem more focused on choreographed workout videos just for the likes, yes, we're looking at you, Angel Reese. Others are putting in the real work. Enter Coach White. She's not chasing flash. She's focused on fundamentals. And her mission? To turn Caitlin Clark into an unscoutable, unstoppable force. This isn't about highlight reels, it's about mastery. And by sharpening Clark's already elite skill set, White is not only leveling up her game, she's quietly putting players like Reese in their place before the season even tips off. The goal? To strip away the few predictable patterns in Clark's play and unleash her full superstar potential.
Have an exclusive sit-down interview with the new head coach of the Indiana Fever. She was the 2023 WNBA Coach of the Year, an NCAA champion, a baller herself, a WNBA champion, and my former broadcasting teammate. What's up, Stephanie White?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. It's so great to have you on the show, Steph.
If you're hyped to see Caitlin Clark take the court and silence the doubters, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this season is going to be different. A total skill refresh, the kind that can vault a great player into all-time status. Coach White isn't just tweaking Clark's game, she's future-proofing it. That means tighter footwork, smarter spacing, and next-level off-ball movement that will make her a nightmare to guard from tip-off to buzzer.
So, in watching Stephanie White talk about Caitlin Clark's development, it was very fascinating to get her take on it as an actual coach.
Think about it. If Clark was already dropping jaws with her scoring, imagine what she'll do once defenders can't predict her every move. We're talking about turning instincts into weapons, reads into reactions, and hesitation into domination. And here's the thing. While others are chasing headlines and hashtags,
I think from just a straight basketball perspective, making sure that we help her diversify, her finishing ability, diversify in the way that it's not predictable, to be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation.
Clark and White are crafting legacy. So if you're ready to witness a version of Caitlin Clark we've never seen before, one that could redefine the WNBA's rookie impact, drop A in the comments. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you're locked in all season long. Because this isn't just training, this is transformation.
We already know that Caitlin has put on some strength and muscle. She had that viral picture.
Yeah, you saw that.
Great player into an unstoppable one. And it's not just hype, it's happening. This isn't your average off-season upgrade. This is a full-scale transformation. Caitlin Clark isn't just improving, she's evolving into the kind of force that could shift the entire WNBA power dynamic. You've probably seen that viral photo. Clark looking absolutely shredded. The muscle tone had fans doing a double take, asking if it was AI or some kind of Photoshop magic.
I asked her if it was Photoshop.
She said it was AI.
But Coach White shut that down real quick. Those muscles are 100% authentic. No filters, no edits. Just hard work. That's the product of a serious, no days off, sweat-drenched off-season grind. This version of Caitlin, it's not the same one we saw dominate in college. This is stronger, sharper, and even more dangerous. And if you're not ready, you're gonna get left behind. The league better take notice because Caitlin Clark is coming, and she's not just here to play. She's here to take over. If you're fired up for what's next, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop A in the comments.
What aspects of her game would you like to work with her on for this season?
Yeah, I mean, certainly getting stronger was one. The level of physicality in the W is totally different. That's the way that teams have to try to keep her off balance.
This season's going to be wild, and you don't want to miss a second of it. She's been in the lab. Think superhero montage meets real-life grind. But this transformation isn't just for show. It's a signal. Caitlin Clark is gearing up for war next season. This is about survival in the WNBA jungle, and she's returning stronger, faster, and more locked in than ever before. One of the biggest challenges Clark faced in her rookie season was physicality. Opposing defenders regularly bumped her off her spot, disrupted her drives, and used their strength to throw her rhythm completely off. Coach White saw it. Clark felt it. And now, She's doing something about it. The result? A tougher, more grounded version of Caitlin Clark, one who isn't getting pushed around by bigger guards or wings anymore. This transformation isn't about aesthetics. It's about resilience. It's about adapting to the demands of the league and proving that she's not just a star in the making, she's built to last.
Keeping a low center of gravity. There are times where she plays a little bit upright, making sure core strength and her ability to move with time under tension and stay in a low center of gravity is important. Lateral movement, like one of the challenges that we're coming to her with right away is on the defensive end of the floor. Use your size, use your length. You've got to that's got to be a priority, right? That's got to be a priority to play both ends, because we don't have to go from 11 or 12 to 1 or 2, but we got to get to middle of the.
Durability and dominance. Those are the two words that will define Caitlin Clark this season. You're going to see her holding her ground like never before. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Clark isn't just following the plan, she's thriving in it. According to Coach White, she picked up on foundational drills so quickly, it left the coaching staff stunned. From day one, they focused on balance, spacing, and footwork. By day 2, she was already making veteran-level adjustments.
I think from just a straight basketball perspective, making sure that we help her diversify, her finishing ability, diversify in the way that it's not predictable.
Coach White didn't hold back either. She called Clark a perfectionist with an insatiable hunger for growth. And the comparison? None other than Kobe Bryant. Yes, Kobe, the Black Mamba. That's the level of intensity Clark brings to her development. That viral photo of Clark looking jacked? It's not just about muscle, it's a symbol of something much deeper. This isn't about bulking up for Instagram, likes. This is about building the physical and mental armor of a future legend. This isn't just about fitness. This is about fortifying her body to thrive in a league where contact is constant and strength is currency.
Angel Reese, back in the gym, working on her pull-up, bang. Working on her midi, working on her mid-range game, 15 to 17 feet out, being able to create some space for herself. Yes, this looks embarrassingly slow. No, it is not in slow motion. This is just what we have to work with right now.
Caitlin Clark isn't preparing to survive, she's preparing to dominate. While Clark is locked in the gym, rewriting her game on a molecular level, let's contrast that with Angel Reese's offseason. While Clark trains in silence, grinding, with purpose and sharpening her skills under the expert eye of Coach White, Reese has taken a different approach, one built for the timeline, not the hardwood. Her social media is filled with stylized, edited workout clips, curated three-point shots, and glamorized highlight reels. But the real evolution? That's happening off camera, where Clark is building something far more valuable than likes, a legacy.
Bang! Let's get it! Knockdown! Bang! Man, we got a fire on the poop deck. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! 4! Bang! Mayday! Mayday! Clear the runway! Brace for impact! AR-5 coming in heavy! Bang! Look alive, sunshine! Long 2, will it go through? Haha, no chance. Bang! Is it me, or is there only 2 rows behind the bench and they're like half full? I get better attendance on Monday nights in my men's league. Come on, man! Bang!
Coach White's vision isn't about patching up a few weaknesses. It's a complete rebuild. She's transforming Clark into an unscoutable, multi-dimensional threat. One night, she's driving left with authority. The next, she's floating in mid-range shots with ease. By the third, she's firing no-look assists off deceptive fakes that leave defenders frozen. Clark is becoming the WNBA's version of a chess grandmaster, thinking 5 moves ahead, playing the long game, and executing with ruthless precision. Under Coach White's guidance, she's not just refining her skills, she's becoming a weapon no defense can predict. Guiding her evolution, Caitlin Clark isn't just sharpening her skills, she's becoming something entirely new. A positionless offensive engine, a true 3-level scorer, a world-class facilitator. And players like that, they don't just improve a team, they redefine a league.
We got some footage from in the lab. That's right. She's in the damn gym. I'm just going to keep it real. I guess hell has frozen over, but she is in the gym practicing shots, And as you can imagine, there's real reaction to this.
So while Angel Reese may be chasing clout and likes,
While Angel Reese may be chasing likes and internet clout, Caitlin Clark is chasing something far greater, legacy. And with Stephanie White at the helm, the Indiana Fever could quietly be building the most dangerous duo in women's basketball. But here's the twist. Coach White is only getting started. Strength. That's just one piece of the puzzle. The other? Strategy.
Back in her natural habitat, back in the lab, playing basketball, and it's got to be a scary sight for the rest of the WNBA if she gets even better, because it's not as if she wasn't absolutely phenomenally elite as a rookie and arguably the best player in the league after the Olympic.
As Clark's rookie season unfolded, a pattern became impossible to ignore. She was becoming predictable. Smart defenders were reading her like a scouting report. That signature right-hand drive, the step-back lefty three, opponents began to anticipate them and shut her down.
Here, because everybody knows, the thing with Caitlin that made her so good was that everyone knows what she's doing and they can't stop it. If she's going left, she wants to shoot the step back. If she goes right, she wants to go to the basket. And yes, there are times that she can kind of fade away a bit over the right shoulder, or she can make a kind of move going right and slow down, speed up. She's very, very good, quick first step, and runs so well in transition.
By the end of the season, it felt like watching a chess match where the opponent already knew every one of her opening moves. That's where Coach White stepped in. She's not just tweaking Clark's game, she's rewriting the entire playbook, transforming Clark into a player that no defender can predict. On the Good Follow podcast, Coach White laid it all out. She said, point blank,
Euro, which at that point, it had hit me that I have never thought about Caitlin Clark doing a Euro. But you know what? I have to call this.
Coach Stephanie White wasn't sugarcoating anything when she broke it down. Caitlin Clark's most exploitable tendency, relying too heavily on her right-hand drive and her signature lefty step-back jumper. It was effective early, but not for long. This is the WNBA. Defenders here aren't just athletic, they're students of the game. They watch hours of film, they track patterns, and if you don't evolve, you get exposed. And that's exactly what started to happen.
This is like the cream of the crop. They are going to catch on to the idea that she doesn't like to drive left. She always wants to drive right because she's right-hand dominated. And when she does her step backs, she likes to step back and go left. So I did see in some of her workout videos, the practicing of her developing a left hand. I saw her stepping right. So these are all great things to be developing for an already elite.
As Clark's rookie season wore on, a troubling pattern began to emerge, one that fans, analysts, and coaches alike couldn't ignore. In her final 10 games, defenders contested her step-back jumper 22% more often than in her first 10. That's not a small adjustment. That's a full-on blueprint being circulated around the league. Defenders, especially seasoned veterans, started loading up on her right side. They anticipated the drive. They shaded her left to erase the step-back. And the result? The same moves that once made her a highlight machine were suddenly getting shut down by smarter, better prepared defenders.
To be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation going right and left, to be able to have different types of finishing looks, whether it's, crossbody finishes, whether it's floaters at the rim, whether it's quick floaters, long floaters, Euros. You can't quite be as fundamentally predictable with as much athleticism, speed, quickness, and as much as the game plan is going to be geared toward.
The game had caught up, and Stephanie White, she wasn't going to let Clark fall into that trap again. Indiana Fever's head coach Stephanie White is going all in, rebuilding Caitlin Clark's game from the ground up. She's not just tweaking techniques, she's re-engineering Clark into a weapon the league can't prepare for. The mission? To make Caitlin Clark unguardable.
And then I think the challenge for us as coaches is how do we get her rest when she's on the floor while she's playing, right? While she's on the floor. And some of that's going to be playing off ball, utilize her as a screen.
One of White's key areas of focus is Clark's left hand. Not just for dribbling, but for finishing at the rim with confidence, control, and versatility.
her into action on the third and fourth side instead of the first and second, where it's easy to game plan against. How we use her to help everybody else be better off the ball. We know how great she is with the ball in her hands. We're not going to take that away, but we've got to be able to diversify a bit in how we use her.
It may sound like a minor tweak, but in the WNBA, the difference between being predictable and being impossible to defend is razor thin. Once Clark can attack and finish with either hand, the entire defensive landscape shifts. Suddenly, defenders lose their cheat code.
Well, I mean, we've got like a short-term kind of list and we got a long-term kind of list, but Caitlin, I remember from the very first day when we were working on balance and we were working on footwork and we were looking on all those things, from day one to day two, she had it.
Wow.
Like she's a perfectionist and she wants it and she's going to work on it. So that long list might get shorter every day we're in practice.
But Coach White isn't stopping at ambidextrous layups. She's adding new tools to Clark's already dynamic skill set, like the Euro step. Now imagine this. Clark comes barreling down the lane, powered by the strength she's built all off-season. The defender braces for contact, anticipating a straight-line drive. But in a split second, Clark glides to the side with a smooth, devastating Euro step, finishing with either hand. That move alone, it's a potential game changer. Just enough to tip the balance and keep defenders constantly on edge.
Very true, because she's going to get burned out. So I think that, and Caitlin Clark mentioned wanting to play off ball a little bit, but I think it's true that having her play off ball is going to give her a little bit of a rest, and that makes her game more sustainable. She doesn't burn out as much.
Keep those highlight reels spinning, because Caitlin Clark's transformation is no pipe dream. It's already in motion. According to Coach Stephanie White, Clark is already making noticeable strides with her left hand. And that's not just encouraging, it's downright scary. Once Clark becomes a dual threat in the paint, defenders won't be able to funnel her into one direction anymore. They'll have to play her straight up. And that split second of hesitation? That's all Clark needs to carve up a defense like it's Thanksgiving dinner. But the evolution of Caitlin Clark doesn't stop there. While her expanding skill set is impressive, Coach White has her sights set on something even more fundamental. Clark's engine.
It's going to be a huge thing. I don't expect it to be her to be perfectly good going left and right at an equal rate next year. I don't expect her to shoot the same going right, or I don't expect her to drive the same going left. But it's like, it took LeBron till 2013 realistically to be able to drive drive at the same level left as right. So I don't expect that to happen to Caitlin Clark in a year, but if there's a bit of an improvement year on year, she's going to be even more.
The stamina issues that haunted her during crunch time last season have been a point of focus. By the fourth quarter, it was no secret. Clark's legs were often gassed. Her jumpers lacked the usual lift and her passes lost their zip. The Fever's offense would sometimes lose its edge, and in those moments, Clark looked like she was running on fumes. With all that pressure resting on her shoulders, who could blame her? Coach White saw it too. But instead of hitting the panic button, she hit the drawing board. Her solution isn't simply giving Clark more rest. It's about reinventing how she's used. One of White's most innovative moves has been repositioning Clark. Coach White has devised a game-breaking adjustment by utilizing Caitlin Clark as an off-ball threat. No longer will she be confined to predictable spots. No more hanging out at the top of the key or camping in the corner. Instead, Clark will attack from unexpected angles, slashing into third and fourth side actions where defenders won't see her coming. This isn't just basketball jargon, it's a masterstroke.
That is such a big thing to hear from Stephanie White, and it should calm people down a little bit when it comes to Caitlin Clark playing off the ball, because obviously, if a coach has a plan, a vision, and a proper plan.
Already deadly with the ball, Clark becomes even more dangerous without it. Now picture this. A defense scrambling to locate her after she slips behind a screen or makes a backdoor cut while the defense is focused elsewhere. Clark isn't just a playmaker anymore. She's a stealth weapon. She can silently slip through defenses, catch them off guard, and capitalize on their mistakes. The element of surprise, that's the edge she's now bringing to every play. And then there's the Steph Curry effect. Coach White has taken a page straight from the Golden State Warriors playbook by using Clark as a screener. It might sound counterintuitive at first. Why would you have your best shooter setting screens? But that's the genius of it. When Clark screens, defenses are forced into an impossible choice. If they switch, Clark can burn a slower defender off the bounce. If they don't switch, the player Clark screens for gets a clean, open look. Either way, it's an effective play that keeps the defense guessing. The nightmare scenario for opposing defenses, one where Caitlin Clark doesn't need the ball in her hands constantly. That's exactly what Coach White is setting up, and it's a nightmare they won't be able to avoid. The ripple effect of this tactic is massive. It not only saves Clark's energy throughout the game, but it also ensures she's fresh and lethal in those crucial fourth quarter moments when superstars are supposed to shine. And here's the kicker. This strategy gives the Fever the kind of dynamic offense that's tough to scout, harder to guard, and nearly impossible to predict. It keeps defenders on their toes, scrambling to catch up, never quite sure where Clark will strike next. But beyond the X's and O's, the real magic lies in the transformation happening right before our eyes. Coach White isn't just crafting plays around Clark, she's molding her into a whole new type of star. A player who can initiate, facilitate, finish, and then vanish, only to reappear exactly where defenses least expect her. It's the kind of evolution that takes a great player and turns her into a nightmare matchup. Coach White has consistently praised Clark's ability to adjust and evolve, and that adaptability is what makes her a true game changer. She's not just refining her skills, she's redefining what it means to be a superstar. Caitlin Clark is absorbing complex strategies at lightning speed, with her learning curve now resembling that of a seasoned pro. Every practice reveals a new leap in her understanding, whether it's a tweak in her movement or a noticeable elevation in efficiency. What's emerging here isn't just a refined athlete, it's a basketball savant in the making, with enhanced strength, increased unpredictability, and a system tailored around smart, calculated movement. Clark is no longer just the face of the franchise. She's evolving into one of the most complete offensive threats the WNBA has ever seen. And here's the game changer. She's no longer just trying to survive the grind of a pro season. She's preparing to dominate it. And let's be real, this level of structured, high IQ growth is worlds apart from players like Angel Reese, whose Instagram reels are filled with carefully edited clips of long-range shots and mid-drill dance moves. While others may chase social media fame, Clark is chasing greatness. Being a content creator and grinding in the film room may seem like two different worlds, but when you really think about it, they're not that different. While some players, like Angel Reese, are chasing the algorithm, Caitlin Clark is chasing greatness, one detailed rep, one film session, and one sweat-soaked practice at a time. That's the difference, and it's clear. Coach Stephanie White is not interested in empty hype or chasing headlines. Her focus is building something lasting, a system and a player that can stand toe-to-toe with anyone in the league. And with Caitlin Clark as her cornerstone, that system's foundation is rock solid. This isn't just about a flashy moment or a viral clip. It's about shaping a player capable of dominating in ways no one expected. So, if you thought last season was impressive, get ready because this version of Caitlin Clark, she's leaner, smarter, stronger, and far more unpredictable. She's not just coming to play, she's coming to change the game. And when she steps back onto that floor, don't expect the same old moves. Expect fireworks. Expect Clark 2.0. This is the Clark you haven't seen before. Her game refined, her body transformed, and her mind laser-focused on dominating the WNBA. And when the stakes are high, watch out, because Clark is ready to deliver at the highest level. If you're fired up for what's coming, drop a "fired up for CC" in the comments below and let the WNBA know the real show is just getting started. This is just the beginning, and trust me, you won't want to miss a second of it. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out on any of the action. Click the video on the screen and we'll see you in the next one.